Hello, this is Marsha McClain, your professional sister. I am so glad to be here with you this Sunday. I'm just so excited. I am here today to help the entrepreneurs. I know many of you thought I knew business stuff. I don't know where y'all got that, but all I know is when they say sit here, do this, I can do it. But I have today formed a team of people that can assist you if you are an entrepreneur and want to become an entrepreneur. Have an open mind, listen. And if you know somebody that would like to be an entrepreneur or need this information, please share. I also encourage you to like, share, and comment because this is a good opportunity for you to get some of your questions answered, okay? And another thing, I just want to thank everybody who has purchased my book. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. I really appreciate it. I want to let you all know that there is a workbook coming out on November the 18th with the book because I'm hearing that it's a good book, it's a good read, but it brought up some stuff for people about, anger, forgiveness. So that workbook is going to help you with that. And I want to be a support. When you watch Professional Sister, I want you to remember this is about community. My role and my goal is to help you in certain areas. So a lot of you all were saying, hey, can you help me? How did you do this? How did you do that? And I tried to reach out to as many of you all as I could, but I was like, I really don't know. I'm really a babe in this. So I got a good team for you all to listen and engage with today, okay? All right, so I am gonna invite my panel on, okay? All right, you all be patient with me. All right, here's the wonderful panel. We have Kim, Tanya, and Kristen. And I would like to start with Kim, if you could tell us who you are, what company, what's your company, and what your company does.
All righty then. Thank you, Marsha. First of all, I appreciate the opportunity to speak to your people in your community. I don't take it lightly, so thank you. I appreciate the invite. My name is Kim Roundtree. People call me the passionate CEO. I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years full time. I work with people basically who are ready to remove, I believe, the top two passion killers, and that is fear and failure. And what I teach them to do is package, price, and profit their services and their products. And I do that by helping them create products, what I call passive impact. It's another word that, for passive income. I don't believe that, I'll talk about it later, but passive income is passive income, but you got to do some work in the forefront in order to make it income at the end. But that's what I do. I also work in mental health. I've owned several mental health companies along with my business partner.
Kristen, if you'll go next, and Tanya after her, okay?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you as well for having me on here. Kim, I love what you said about the top two obstacles because I totally agree with that. My background is I was in the top 1% of a sales company for probably almost a decade, and then I moved into my own space of business coaching. So now I'm a business coach and consultant, and I help entrepreneurs to executives really make bold, strong decisions. I have a gift for seeing things in people's situations that they tend not to be able to see for themselves. And so I just bring light to that, bring loving truth to that, and really help kind of form some strategy in your businesses, clear out the clutter and the distractions. And then we just really kind of attack your goal, just one step at a time, so to speak. So break it down, which I love doing that. So thanks for having me, Marsha. I appreciate it.
Hi, and I am Tanya Cowan. I'm not a stranger to Marsha's show, so thank you, Marsha, for having me back. And I am CEO and creative director of As You Wish, Websites Engagement and Marketing, LLC. We started out as an event planning company in 2015 and registered in 2018, but some things kind of happened along the way, and some I guess talents I had because I had been in marketing like 20 years. Marsha in particular, and others started kind of pushing me toward that. So as of August 2019, we are now a digital marketing company. So we are now called As You Wish. I didn't change that because I love the logo and the name. Websites, Engagement, and Marketing LLC. So I just have a number of clients where I assist with building their websites, branding, marketing, creative strategies or strategic marketing plans for them, getting them on social media to promote their brand and get them their clients and sell products and or their service.
Okay, great. So we have a great team here. Please be ready to listen and take some notes because I'm sure a lot of gems are going to be deposited today. So I just want to ask whoever would like to answer, if you are just getting started in any business, what are 3 things that you definitely need to have? You get to laughing, Kim. Okay, you want to go first. Okay, I knew that's what it was. Okay.
No, I was just laughing because I was like, shoot, don't do it. Just wait. But that's what I would say. But Kristen might, that's that mindset stuff. So Kristen might be able to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, man, top 3. I'm like, well, grit, number 1.
Yeah.
You're going to need to just have some hustle and grit to start because you're going to make some decisions that you're going to change your mind on, and you're going to have to put some money out. You're going to have to be scrappy with being resourceful. I call it being resourceful because there are a ton of great free resources out there, believe it or not. But you also need to have some skin in the game. So whether that's with your time or your effort, but I'd say grit, you need to know your why. So because most of the time, if you're starting a new business, you have another job or maybe multiple other jobs, you have a family. If you have kids, you are also now a homeschooling mom or dad, depending. So there's just a lot going on right now. So those are, I would at least say, top 2 right there. And vision. And actually, Tanya, is that a vision board behind you?
It is a vision board. It's a double vision board, but yes, yeah. It's 2 of them.
Good. And I love that you have it like actual visual because so many people hide it after they do it. But I'd say like off the cuff, top 3, grit, know your why, and have a vision for where you want to go.
Okay, great. Anybody else would like to add to that?
I was just going to say, I think in my vision was definitely 1. So glad that Kristen said that. But I think you need to have a plan. Some of us do just like jump into it, and I'm guilty of doing that initially. And you don't really know what you're getting into until you do it, and then you're swimming. And you wear a number of hats, especially if you don't have any employees and you're just starting out. So you have to have patience, I guess, and just expect long work hours, especially if you are working another job. To Kristen's point, I think is who said that. It may have been Kim. A lot of us start out, we're working full time, other jobs, and then you're trying to start your company, and it's a lot of work and a lot of hours. So I guess energy, would be another one to kind of be energetic. So you got to take care of your health, both physical and mental, because it can certainly pull you down. So vision, energy, and a plan.
I like that.
I would say that those are all true. And I just did I think it was yesterday. I can't remember. My days are running together. Soon it will be January. But what I was thinking is, someone was talking to me, and they were saying that they felt bullied to go full time into their business. And I told them, I said, don't don't be bullied to be broke, because what happens is people will make you feel as though you're not giving your all to your business because you're working a full-time job. And that is inaccurate. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what pays your rent and your mortgage and your car and your food is money. So, I look at it as if you're working full-time and you want to work your passion, you're going to have to do that before your work and after your work. But it doesn't mean for you to stop your corporate job or stop whatever job you're having. It's a mindset shift about thinking of that job as a investor, thinking of it like, I'm not going to work, I'm going to an investment meeting, something like that. Because if not, you're gonna quit, and then you're gonna get into it, and it'll be too late, and then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I should have kept my job. So I mean, just take it slow and have a plan, like Tanya said, because if not, this entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I'm just gonna let y'all know, it's not for everybody. I know it looks really good and glamour on the on the screen, but after you turn the camera off, we got bills to pay. So you got to make sure you got to do what you got to do. Seriously.
I like that because people are, they don't think about it. I was like, what, you quit your job? You lost your medical insurance for that's my dream. And I've been a therapist. I've been in private practice for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do not have, I'm still part-time, but that's what I desire to be. And I was like, I'm not going to quit my main job until I'm secure to be able to go do my passion, what I desire to do. But getting people to understand it is so hard. They was like, well, how can I focus on my dream job and this passion if I'm working? And I'm like,
you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
it takes
but you got to be
work.
realistic. You got to do a lot of work, a lot of sleepless days, the weekends and those type of things. And that's what ruins relationships, because you decide something and don't discuss it with your spouse. Oh God, I'm going into a therapy mode. Let me bring it again. But I'm just saying, you do things, you don't consult your partner, and then it causes other problems. And when you start out, many people start out is on a shoestring budget.
Yes, indeed. Or no budget at all.
Or no budget at all. And so I want you ladies to tell what keeps you going on that shoestring budget, or when it's like you believe in your dream and nobody else does. What is your motivation to keep on going?
It's your why, what Kristen was talking about.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, for the most part, most that continue to be successful, whether they are still working a full-time job or not. I want that to be clear. It doesn't mean you're not successful because you're still working a full-time job and doing your small business, okay? Because it is very successful. It takes a special person to do that. But I'm thinking passion, because typically what you start doing is something that you're passionate about. So it is definitely work. And that's why you have to be passionate about it. So it doesn't always feel like work because it's your passion. That's what keeps you going, working all those extra hours into the wee hours of the morning or the weekends, because of the passion. You don't feel like, oh God, I got to get up here and do this website for these people today. You're like, oh, I'm so ready. My creative juices are going. I'll get started. And before I know it, it's 4:00 in the morning because I'm going, right? So I think it's your passion that you have. And a lot of times, people, this is my opinion, and I, definitely would love to hear Kim and Kristen. And what I've learned through SCORE, one of these great programs is out here for small businesses and entrepreneurs, that a lot of times you should not go into business to make money. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, because if that's what your focus is on, oh my gosh, I have to make this money. I'm not saying don't set goals, but if that's what you think, oh, I got to make this money, you're going to tire yourself out. Let it be something that you're passionate about. Build it. Let it be your baby. You're birthing this into existence, just like you're raising your child up to be who you want them to be as an individual. Well, that's what you want to do with your business.
Yeah, and I think that's good as far as a couple things. One, when Tanya talked about energy, I feel like if you are on the right track and you are doing what you are meant to do, you naturally get energy. So it's what makes you get on the computer after your kids go to bed and crank out some stuff for your old business or for your new business when you have to wake up for your 9 to 5, or there's sometimes I've even said, like, how do you feel about getting a part-time job? Because when you are working out of that desperate feeling of like, I have to make money, I have to make this work to pay my bills, like Tanya was just talking about, your energy changes. So people can feel that graspiness on the other end of whatever you're trying to sell, whether it's products or services. You don't have the same creative flow. You're not going to produce the same thing as if you had your bills covered, or you did have some security, or some of those fears you could take care of. As far as the no budget thing goes, because if people are starting, so quick background on me, I actually we lost our business 2 weeks before moving from California to North Carolina. Not on our doing. Our parent company restructured and we lost like 95% of our income. So when I came here to start this business, I'll give you a couple questions that I answered. So if some of you are in this boat of like, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't know what to do, I asked, okay, what do I naturally love doing, whether I would get paid for it or not? So what are things I naturally love doing? What am I good at? So sometimes people, like, what do people come to you for? So that's actually even the third one of what do people naturally come to you for? Like, do they ask you about finances all the time? Or do they ask you about business stuff all the time or relationship stuff all the time? So those are good indicators of things that you are just naturally strong in and you will most likely thrive in. So for me, when I started this, the no budget thing was real. Like, we had no income coming in. We had to figure it out, but that's where you get scrappy and you get resourceful. And that's where it's like, I knew that I was meant to do this. I knew I was good at it because coaching was what I did in my other job too. And I just wanted to do it for myself finally. And so that's why when you know your why, when you know that you're on the right track, you get that good energy and you do get resourceful because you're like, I'm going to make this work. So whether that's doing trades for things that you need to do now. SCORE, like Tanya mentioned, is a great resource. A lot of community colleges have small business centers and different things. There's scholarship programs, but you got to look for it and you got to put yourself out there. And I always say, you don't ask, you don't get. So who do you know and what can they offer you? So just really tapping into a lot of those things. I think makes you more creative and it forces you into a position of like, are you really going to make this work? And that's where that grit really comes in too. But it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
That was some good answers. I really like those. I like what you said at the end. If you don't ask, you don't get. You know how they say a hungry mouth don't get fed. You got to kind of think about those things. And another thing I would like you all to talk about, because 2 people emailed me and they were just saying, I want to start, but I'm afraid. I have no support system. Nobody believes in my dream. And I sent them back, look, nobody else is going to believe in your dream if you don't. If you can't, if somebody can talk you out of your dream, is it really your dream?
That's right.
Is it really your dream? And is it something you really want to do? What would you tell those people that say, I want to start, but I'm afraid? Because it's a difference than I'm afraid, in my opinion, and somebody can talk me out of it. I can deal with fear, but if you I'm going to throw it out here, weak-minded, somebody like, that ain't going to be successful, man, you crazy, and you stop it, I can't deal with you. I mean, because that's that negative energy that I don't need to deal with. What do you ladies think?
Yeah. I think when it comes to fear, that's something that I've dealt with a lot of my clients with. And I'm not really I'm not a therapist. I know you are. But so when they come to me with the foo-foo stuff, I'm not really good with the foo-foo. That's what I call it, the foo-foo stuff. I'm not good at that. So like if you're coming to me because you want to do something, but you're scared to do it, then there's only one thing that I have them do, and that is work backwards. So let's say you do start your business. What would happen if you start your business? And then I have them list all of those things. And then I have them solve each one of those things. So I'll lose my apartment. I'll lose my house. I won't have money to pay that. So, okay, let's say that happens. So what could you do? Could you live with a friend? Could you go back and live with your parents? Could you do this and could you do that? Now, those aren't the things that we want to do. But when you want to be an entrepreneur, it's by any means necessary. So if you're not at the by any means necessary state, in my opinion, you may not need to do it right then, And so I have them make the list and go down and answer them. And then if all of those problems are answered and they're solved, it might not be what you really want to do, but they're solved. If you still don't want to do it, then don't do it. I'm not gonna, because if you do it, you'll be in a situation where one obstacle will come up and then you're done. So you have to have what Kristen called is grit, and you get the grit in situations that you have to climb up out of, right? So you have to see yourself climbing before you actually get in the situation. So you have to see those situations as they are, answer them. And if at the end you still don't want to do it, you still can't, you're still questioning, then you don't have the confidence to do it. And I tell my clients, it's not good to do it at all. That's what I say.
Yeah, I'll add in that like one question you can even ask yourself is, if you get to the end of your life and you do not do this thing, are you going to be okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
And so, because people, you feel that, right? Like you feel that like sense of regret. Like everybody hates that, and people will act out of either wanting something or the fear of regret. And so, if you are okay with that not happening, then like Marsha said, maybe this isn't really your dream, and it would be like a little hobby thing or something you want to try. But if you're like, ooh, and it's like a gut punch, then let's move, right? As far as the not being surrounded by people that support you, that's tough, but that's real. And I would first say, if they are like negative Nancy's about you wanting to try something new, you doing this, first keep in mind they are most likely doing that or saying that out of love. Believe it or not, they don't want you to suffer. They don't want you to see failure. They don't want you to do hard things. Like it's like a protective thing for the most part. So just have some grace with them on doing that. I like to kind of, for me, it's like, well, I'm going to prove you wrong, and that's going to like fuel my fire, but you can find people that will support you. I mean, there's like a bajillion Facebook groups that are for entrepreneurs. So you just might not know the people that will support you yet, but you absolutely can find them. Find other people that are in the same boat as you, other people trying to do the same thing as you, other people that are maybe in that same stage of business with other businesses. There's networking groups you can join where people, that's their job essentially, is to support you in business, encourage you in business. There's masterminds. There's so many different things that you can do to find the people that will support you, that will cheer you on, that will speak life into you when you need it, that will pick you up on the hard days. Like you've seen that, like, these are my tribe, this is my tribe, it takes a village, like all that, it's true. So you just got to put yourself out there and find it.
Okay. So that's some really good information. I really like that. I like how you're dealing with kind of the whole person. Like, let's just sit down and write the pros and cons out. Are you really ready for this journey? And I like what you said, because that regret just touched my soul. I'm like, oh, dang, she went there. But it's true. It's like, will I really regret this, that I didn't even try, that I didn't even see no value to try? So I really like that. So we're going to get into some other things. Kim, I want to start with you, and I want you to tell them about passive impact. You said that, and I had to ask you, what is that? Can you tell the audience about passive impact and why you call it that?
I think, I cannot remember because it didn't come from my brain. I cannot remember. I think I was on Instagram, and it was someone that was brother somebody. I think he follows Farrakhan, but I can't remember. But he was calling it passive impact. And when he said it, it hit my spirit. I said, passive impact. That speaks better than passive income to me. So passive income, what passive income means is that you do, those of us who know, and we've actually done it, we know that passive income actually means that you actually work, right? So you do the work on the front end so that you can get the residual funds on the back end, so that basically you have that pillow money, as they call it. You wake up and you hear like the PayPal thing going off or something, or Stripe, or whatever it is that you use. You're making money in your sleep. That's what passive income is. But passive impact, it speaks more to what it is that you are offering the community. So when people purchase, in my opinion, when people purchase a book, when people purchase a course, when people purchase whatever they're purchasing, they're not purchasing that thing. They're purchasing the impact it's making in their life. So that's why I like calling it impact, passive impact. So, I mean, I have a book, but the people aren't getting the book because it's called Confidence Driven. They're getting the book because they see that I was once not confident and now I am, and they want to know how you do it. So it's the impact of their lives that they want to purchase, not the actual item. So that's what's passive impact.
Okay, I like that. And can you give us some of your links so I could put them in here? I am Kim Roundtree, but if you have any other ways that they can connect with you, because I'm gonna tell you all, uh, Kim has a program that I really want her to talk about, the membership. I really would like for her to discuss the membership. Can
Okay.
you do that? Can you talk about the membership?
Yeah. So uh, when I first started doing business coaching, because I was doing mental health ownership before and working business to business, I took a little break because it's a lot. And I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we own businesses in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we were going there once a week, three times, staying there 3 times a week for 6 months. And I did that for 6 months straight. And that it was hard as hell. But I did it because I needed to make sure that my DNA was infused into the company. It was myself and my business partner, Monica and William. And so we wanted to make sure our it was us in that system. So as of course we got tired. And so we sold that company to a hospital in 2015, an inpatient hospital. So then we took a break, and then I went into business coaching and working with people to start their business. And so I had one-on-one clients, and I got tired of doing that because it seemed like I was exchanging my time for money, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So people would work with me. Of course, you would charge them. I would charge them $5,000 to work with me for 6 months, and so, which is not a lot of money, but it took a lot of time. And people, Kristen, y'all know it's some work working with people, and giving them what it is that they need. And so I said, how can I make a bigger impact with more people and less one-on-one? And so I created the Passionate CEO, and the Passionate CEO is a trademark that I created, and it's the Passionate CEO membership. And so it's a membership of people who are entrepreneurs who have started a business, or maybe they haven't even started and they just want to figure it out. They're on different levels inside the membership. And so weekly, what we get, or monthly, we do things like a master class once a month. We do hot seat coaching, where I actually coach them live inside the membership. And so other people are able to listen to what's going on. They tended not to like the hot seat at first, but then when they start seeing people getting help, then they're like, okay, I want to do it. So they do the hot seat coaching. We have visitors come in and they teach on Canva, MailChimp, email lists, things like that. We have Ask Him Anything Saturday. So they ask me anything, not just about business, but Kim, you've been married 16 years, you have a daughter, you have a life, you're doing this and you're doing that. How you do all that? So, I'm honest with them. I tell them it was hard. There's been times when my marriage was like this close of not making it. And so that's the stuff that people don't really tell you. It's the secrets of it that people don't want to tell you. And so I don't mind sharing that, because I want them to be fully aware while they're going into entrepreneurship and what kind of obstacles they can meet. And then I teach them how I got out of it, or what I did. I'm honest with them. I've been sued 3 times, not, what one of them was my fault, but, the 3 of them, and when you do things and you're making money, people see that. And so you're not really, this is what my mother told me, you're not really doing anything, Kim, until someone wants what you have and sues you for it. And so, what? Wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. It can't be true. And so, 3 lawsuits later. Yeah. And so, there's people who want what you have. And so how do you deal with that kind of stuff? That's the kind of stuff that we talk about in the membership. And so it's $1 a day. So, and really, if you don't invest in your company and in your business and in your vision with me, invest it in someone, do something. You have to put some money to your mouth, because if not, you're going to just be, doing what Kristen says. Well, there's free things out there, but put some money in it, and then you'll be invested. And then you'll take the time and effort and grit to make sure that you get it done. But that's what it is. It's called the Passionate CEO membership. It's gouged under the Success University, where we just do everything, and I try to give all I have in there for $30 a month. I thought that would be the best way to help the most people instead of doing one-on-one.
Okay, that makes sense. I really like that. Could you give us the links for those so I could put them in here so if anybody would like to follow up with you? And
Yeah.
that was the main thing that I really liked. I said she's offering a lot for really $1 a day. You know, you get
Yeah.
her on Saturdays, you get a lot of information. And instead of asking me, I'm on the short bus when it
Yeah.
comes to the business. I'm telling you, I'm not the one to reach out to. And then you get mad when I say, look, I'm not the one to reach out to. It's not that I don't want you to have what I have. I promise you, this just a layover. Lord, about to drop my stuff. But that's all it is. I don't know nothing else, okay? But I got these great people together, okay? Because I don't, because I don't know. But okay, but let me get on my community right quick. Now we go through this every Sunday. Please like and share. Some of you, I know you. And I'm gonna see you somewhere. I'm gonna see you in the grocery store. And I'm gonna like, did you like my stuff? So hit that like and share. Okay, don't be difficult. Don't have me, cut up in front of company. Lord, y'all just get some nerve with that. Lord, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get together. Got to get on my community because they don't know how to act when we got company. I'm sorry.
No, you gotta tell them. Tell them.
So, Tanya, I would like to ask you the next question.
Sure.
I just want to ask because this has been brought up before to me about how many people are following you on social media. Does it matter, or is it about the people that are liking your post and trying to have conversations? Because I have a whole bunch of people on like Facebook, but maybe only 25 that you will like or say a comment. So I'm just trying to figure out, is that really a big deal? When you're trying to make a name for yourself in these Facebook streets, or is it just, or does it just matter? Help the people.
I love the Facebook streets. That's pretty good. Social media is a very funny thing, and it's very peculiar. It's very challenging. And so, as someone that's been in marketing as long as I have, things have changed so much, and you have to stay on it. It's almost like weekly something's changing. That probably sounds like a lot, but it's kind of true. And so at one point, if we step back a second, Facebook was the place to be when it came to your business, right? Okay. Now it's like, is anyone, something's going on with my mic. Is my mic okay?
You're fine. I'm sorry. It's all right. I heard something swaying earlier. I didn't know who mic it was.
But yes, okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And now, because there's been a few courses, or I should say webinar and things out about Facebook. It's like now you have to have a Facebook group now for people to engage with you. Like they're not really engaging on your business page as much as they were. So we have Facebook groups now. People like to go to Instagram or Twitter. But what I mainly think is the type of social, in my opinion, you definitely need some type of social media for your business that is beneficial to your business. So just because you have all of these social media platforms does not mean that you have to be on every single one of them.
Okay.
What makes sense for your business, right? So I remember when we were on the back end and Kim was talking about LinkedIn. Well, to me, that makes sense that Kim is on LinkedIn because she's talking about the passionate CEO. You think about that following, mainly these are professionals, working people, companies, organizations, things of that nature. Not saying that they don't have the other social channels, but that's where her target audience is going to be. So who is your target audience? It's going back to the why that Kristen talked about before. Why are you in this? Not only that, who is your audience? What is the product or service that you have that you're promoting? So is it going to reach better on Facebook? Is it going to reach the audience maybe that's on Instagram and so forth? So to me, followers are awesome. Everybody knows that. What's the point of being out here if you're not going to have people following you? But the biggest thing is for them to give comments, for them to like, share, depending on what platform they're on, because that is when these platforms are going to serve you up more, right? It's all based on these algorithms. So you can post all day, you can post daily, you can post 20 times a day. If no one is engaging with you, it's just going to sit there. It's not going to go anywhere. So the more you post, the less that your post will show in that news feed for them. So people aren't seeing you. They're not seeing anything unless they go directly on your page. And how often are people going directly on your page. That's not much. So we need to be mindful when we are doing strategic marketing plans of how we promote you, what your social posts are about, that we are branding you the way that you should toward your target audience. You don't have to reach everybody. That everyone doesn't necessarily matter to you. Your target audience is who matters to you. You're trying to get that business. So we have to think about that in ways to get people to engage with you on your social media so that you can get served up more with the algorithms. It's all about the algorithm. And I wish I could sit here and tell you what that formula is, but I cannot. I am not that smart. I just know that somebody's brilliant mind sat back here on the back end of these platforms and did all of these things, I'm sure, to make money and figure out how to, make this person more popular than that person, right? And so, yeah, you can have 20 million followers, but if no one is engaging with you, and I'm not saying that we won't see your things as much because you do have a following, but if they're not engaging, we're not going to really see your information in our news feed unless we go directly to your page. And that's very rare that someone's going to go, let me go see what Professional Sister, I'm not trying to pick on you, right, is doing today. Everyone doesn't necessarily do that. They have their own page. They're busy with other things. They have their own followers, and things going on. So it's tricky, but that's where I work directly with the client on things like that. We need to come up with a strategic marketing plan, and it takes time. It takes time. Just because we just did this plan and we're putting things in place, it's going to be about 6 months to a year before you start even seeing some type of changes that's going on with your following. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but it's just the truth of what goes on.
I'm so glad you said that. And see now, community, now you understand why I be like, hit the like and share. It's not that I think I'm so special. Well, I am special. But what I'm saying is that's why, because I never know which Sunday the algorithm gonna act right and be with Professional Sister to boost me up. Oh my God. So that makes sense. But it is humbling because you never know about what's going to be an impact. Like some of the things I put up there, I be like, ain't nobody going to really like. That's what they be like. And it just amazes me. It's something I worked hard on. I may get one like or something. And then something that I didn't really put much in, I'll get like at least, 10 to 20. It's just amazing. So just knowing that information. So if you have, if you are an entrepreneur and you're saying I'm going into business, please consider that branding. Consider, what Tanya is saying. And so I am going to jump to, I want to make sure I say her name right because I keep wanting to say Kirsten after my cousin, but if she's not a Kirsten, she is a Kristen. And I feel like if I don't be careful, she going to give me the white girl roller like, look, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right.
But I would like to ask, tell me about how business coaching can really benefit the entrepreneur.
Sure. I think I actually read a great social media post today about mentorship and coaching and just how you really need one. Like everybody, again, like Kim said, whether it's me or not, or Kim or not, like find a mentor or find a coach or both. Because we are too close to our own business. We are too close to all the things that we have our heart and soul into to step back enough to see either the bigger picture or see what really is wrong or be able to take feedback objectively. And so to have somebody maybe without the past filters that you have or without the fear filters that you have or someone that has especially already walked the mile in your shoes, they're just farther down the road in that same space to give you that wisdom and perspective that you just don't have right now can change everything for you. Sometimes coaching specifically. So there's a lot of confusion around coaching and consulting. And now I do a little bit of both depending on, which group or which client, but consulting is when they basically come in and tell you what to do. Okay, because they are experts in that topic or in that field. And sometimes that's what you need. Coaching, they do not necessarily need to be an expert in whatever your profession is. They are an expert in asking you the questions for you to figure it out on your own. With their question prompting, questions like what I said before. If you get to the end of your life and you're not okay with this, How do you feel? Or I've actually been talking to a lot of my clients about social media right now. There's like so much information out there, and there's so many platforms out there, and there's you can find one person that says Pinterest is the best, and the next person says Facebook is the best, and the next person, to where they freeze and they do nothing. And so my questions are a lot of what Tanya was talking about. Okay, let's figure out where your audience is. What do you feel comfortable doing? What makes sense to you? Why are you still held up on this? Like, what are the objections here? What's holding you back from pressing, submit? And so having somebody prompt you with those things to figure out what to do is huge. Holding you accountable is probably even bigger, honestly. Like with my coach, there are certain things I make commitments for the week, and I know I'm having a coaching session come up, and I'm like, shoot, man, I don't want to show up and be that person that's like, I didn't do anything, and it makes me do it, because it's not like she's my boss, and it's not like, she's going to pay me for doing XYZ thing, but it's my word and my reputation, and I want to be moving forward. And so she holds me accountable to the things I said I was going to do. And if I don't do them, then she asks me why. And we talk about the fears or the objections, and we work through the thoughts that I'm too close. Again, I'm too close to figuring out for myself. And I need that outside person to just kind of clear that clutter out of my head and call out my distractions, call out my excuses, so sometimes it is some tough love, but that's the whole point. Is I want to get farther. And I, especially at the beginning, it's like I wasn't getting farther on my own, and I needed that help. And so I just really think I've experienced powerful coaching in my life, both for life and business, and powerful mentorship. And I've seen that in my clients as well. I mean, it really can be the difference in everything.
Marsha, may I add to what Kristen was saying? So first off, I didn't know about Ms. Kim or Ms. Kristen, because I probably would have reached out to you, but SCORE is what came to me from, I was just Googling one day, like, I'm trying to find a session, I need some help. And they just popped up. And so to her, Kristen's point, my mentors they make me think outside the box. I think I know this is what I want to do, but they start asking me these challenging questions, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Well, I'm not sure. That's what they make you think. And one of the things the reason why I wanted to say something, one of the things that was told to me by both of my mentors, because they'll give you two from different perspectives. I wasn't charging enough for what I do.
Yep.
And they said, a lot of women now. I'm just telling you what they said. I didn't look up the statistics or anything else, but they said a lot of women devalue themselves in business. They do not charge what they are worth. She said, what is your time worth? What is your creativity worth when you're creating these websites, when you're creating these logos? What is that worth? And why aren't you charging that? And I really had to step back and look at that. But I loved how they just challenged me in things of that nature, because I'm thinking, well, I'm just starting. I'm not really sure. I'm looking at what other, because I definitely did the research. I'm like, I don't know if I want to charge people that much to do that. But it's like, but why would they're charging? They're getting clients, they're getting customers. And what I had to learn is, if it's the right business for you, they will pay. I hate someone to contact me and want to haggle and hassle me. This is my price. And I'm okay with you. Listen, go shop around. It's no skin off of my back.
That's right.
But I'm not going to keep devaluing myself and my time and my business and my creativity because, well, I don't have a lot of money. Well, I'm on a budget. Okay. I'm also running a business, and this is my price. So it's a lot of learning that I've had to do through the years, and I'm still learning and growing. But that's one of the first things I really had to sit back and start asking myself, am I really charging what I'm worth? And speaking with other women, it was very eye-opening, is my point to what Kristen was saying about mentors. They really challenge you to start thinking, whereas you may think, oh, I'm good, but not really sometimes, right?
Yeah. And I like that. One thing I have just commented is don't be afraid of money. And that may sound crazy, but some people are afraid of money. Some people you can haggle, they will haggle you down. And I had to have the confidence in my skills and my business to say, this is my price. It's a lot of good choices out there. If you don't want to take this opportunity, then, go somewhere else. And then too, how would you like if somebody haggle you down for a price that you have? You have to be careful of that, especially in business. Kim, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Girl, you're preaching. Lord Jesus.
Yes.
On Sunday.
Yes. Oh, I can run around this table, but I'm holding it together.
when I was going to say, when I was growing up, my mother, I don't remember my mother ever working for someone. She's been an entrepreneur. She passed away in 2008, but that's the person that I would look to for my guidance for entrepreneurship until she passed. She was alive when I started my company, and I would come to her with stuff, right? And this is what she would tell me. And I still today hear her in my ear. She'll say, Kim. Well, she didn't call me Kim. She called me Nana. She would say, Nana, don't get stuck on stupid. And when she would say that, I was like, don't get stuck on stupid. At first, I was thinking, oh, Lord, this is one of them things that her and Big Mama, my grandmother, would say. And I wouldn't know what she was talking about. So, as I got older, I started experiencing what she was talking about. And, stuck on stupid is stuff like, I wouldn't make a move in any direction because I couldn't come up with a name, or I didn't like a color, or so I would hold off on doing something, right? And so she's like, don't get stuck on stupid. Use this. These are just colors. Use, and I'm gonna say pink and green because I'm an AKA. So just use pink and green and keep on moving. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're getting stuck on stupid. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I would just move, right? I would just do it. And sometimes as business owners, people who are in entrepreneurship, we think a little different. We're a little different. We're a little bit off, just a little bit. But it causes us to do things that normal people wouldn't do, right? So like we're the only ones that would stay away from like a 40-hour work week just to work 100 hours a week. Like who does that? That's what we do. We don't want to work a 40-hour week, but we work a 100-hour week on our own stuff. And so it's the stuck on stupid stuff that we don't want to get stuck on. Do not get stuck on stupid. Don't get stuck on the numbers. Do what you got to do and the people will come, period, as the kids say, with the T.
With the T, period. Yes. The end. That's my, right, the end. Yes.
I like that. You know what, ladies? I have enjoyed you all. Just a lot of good gems that you have passed on to me, and not only to me, but to my community. I've gotten some little notes that I wrote down. Y'all see them? Just let you know I'm going to write some stuff down. I like what your mama said. Don't get stuck on stupid, period.
Yes.
I like that. But I also like what some other things that were mentioned that I'm so excited about. So,
Tanya,
ladies,
I have a question for Tanya. Tanya,
yes,
because I'm trying to, on Facebook, okay? So we're on Facebook, right?
Right.
And I went to Marsha's page and I shared it.
Yes.
And I see that her privacy setting is to friends. So that means nobody else can come in.
All right. That is very important.
On my professional sister. Did you go to professional? That one's open.
Yeah, but Marsha McLean, why can't you open up that one? You don't want nobody to know?
I'm gonna pray about it. See, I'm struggling. So I need help.
I was like, I don't manage Marsha McLean, but with the professional
help. And I'm gonna tell you why I do that. So I guess I'll talk a little bit long. I guess I get a little long-winded, but a couple of y'all have let me know y'all got children in the house and I need to come on out here. Okay, but see, when I was a little girl, people didn't like me, right? And so I questioned why people are my friends on Facebook.
Girl, who cares? They don't like you. Let them see what you're doing.
There you go.
But I struggle with that.
But don't struggle. Come on now, Mark. That don't make no sense.
Go ahead and get that membership, Marsha, with him.
Are you trying to say I'm stuck on stupid? Is that what
you stuck on stupid. You stuck on stupid.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up. Tanya, can you help me open it up? So
I know.
I'm gonna help you
can
put
I
it
get
together.
off? I don't want to be stupid. I don't.
Marsha, I'm up here sharing your live. You talking about share. I'm up here sharing your live, and I'm like, wait a minute, where are my people? They're not even on here, and that's because they can't see it. The world. So I got to go all the way to your business, which I didn't know, in order to share it.
And it's very good that she even brought that up because you are your brand.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Come on, Tanya. Say it again, Tanya.
And so it is what it is. You are your brand.
Okay, all right. I fix it. You want to add something to in there, Kristen? I feel like you want to say something. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you are like 100% entertainment for me. So if they don't like you, then they can go find someone else.
Right, and they have to see it.
But I struggle, and I think I have told that to Tanya. I said,
well,
I always question why somebody like friending me, you know. So okay, I'm
well then change. Okay. Kristen, tell her to change the way she talks. I struggle with that. That's if you're gonna say it, then that's what it's gonna be. You're gonna struggle with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that's
all right.
true.
Well, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna turn around. I'll get it together. I'm gonna open it. Next time, open it up. I'm gonna open it up right after I get off here. I open it up.
Okay. Yeah.
And you always have the right to respond to a comment, delete a comment, or block them off your page. It's that simple. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for that education. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. So, since I got hit in the head and got to come back,
oh, God.
I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your Sunday to come in and give some information. And I wanted to give each of you an opportunity to leave something with the people. And, I go in alphabetical order. So, Kim, you're first.
I'm sorry. My daughter just came in and asked when's dinner. But the world, am I the only one in here? My husband's in here. Okay. I'm sorry.
Your life.
But you know what I'm saying, though? I'm in here. My husband's in here, but you got to come ask me, and you hear me.
And know you're live on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she just messed my mind up. Okay. So what I would say is, if you decide to work your passion, right, and your passion is fueled by your purpose, if you decide to do that, then just do it. Just do it. That's all I have to say. Just do it. Don't think too much about it. Just make the first step. Just make just one step. And that one step doesn't have to be physically moving. It could be mentally moving. Yes, Kristen?
Absolutely.
Do something, as my friend would say, do something with your life. Just do something.
Yeah, I'll actually add off of that is don't be afraid that something might be the wrong thing. I think that's what keeps everybody from doing anything. But if it's the wrong thing, you could just take a little U-turn. It's still going to be farther along than where you're at right now. So it's going to be uncomfortable. You do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I would almost say if you are not a little uncomfortable, then you're not stretching yourself far enough. Yeah. And not challenging yourself enough. So embrace that uncomfortableness.
I like that, Kristen.
I do too.
I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm gonna write that down too.
Because when I get uncomfortable, I be like, oh no, I don't want no more. But do it until you feel comfortable. Oh, good.
Embrace your uncomfortableness. Embrace your uncomfortableness.
I like that. Y'all write that down. Okay?
I literally just wrote that down. I literally just wrote that down.
Great. I like that.
Yeah, and I'll go back to a little off what Kim said too. So one of my businesses, my nonprofit, is designed with a purpose, and we just had our 3rd annual event last night. And the one thing that I always say is that hence designed with a purpose. Each one of us have a purpose, and to Kim's point, your passion is typically your purpose. That's what it is. It's your purpose. It's your gift. It's what God placed you on this earth to do. Believe it or not, that's why we're here. And when you're walking in your purpose, it's no better feeling. Do obstacles come? Do you get stressed? Do you get tired? Absolutely. But it's no better feeling than because you are fulfilled because you are living and walking in your purpose. So go with that and be mindful of who you tell your visions to.
Yeah.
Some things you have to keep to yourself. It's no one's business but yours. So work with someone like Kristen and Kim have, got two ladies here that are business coaches. I've talked about SCORE. There's all these things out here that have mentors. Talk to them, right? Or a trusted person that's not gonna be like, why you want? I think you kind of said that before. Don't let someone kill your dream before it even gets started. Or to Marsha's point, is it really your dream? But know what that passion is, right? And walk your purpose.
I like it. All right. Well, we're going to close right here. Ladies, I would like for you to hold on the line for me. But I just want to thank my community for coming out for me once again, obtaining a lot of information. Please support these businesses that I have shared with you. Please make sure that if nothing else, that you like and follow so that you can get some information. Because sometimes you got to, sometimes people got to follow you a little while before they say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. So today we just asked, kind of start with that. But some of you already done connected with one of them. Reach out to them to see if they can help you. I think all of them provide a free consultation of some kind. So get that free consultation. Now, don't be trying to get nothing for free now, because they tell me and they say your name, I'm going to have to come talk to you. But it's COVID. I ain't getting out my car. I'm going to fuss you out right there. But look, but anyway, what I'm saying is, let's get ready. Let's do something different. 2021 is coming. And like Kristen said, you don't want to get to the end of your life and be like, darn, I wish I could have done this, that regret. And you definitely don't want to have to tell your children or family member, well, I didn't do it, you don't do it. Tell them I tried it and it worked for me. You try yours and it probably worked for you. Okay. So be that light that somebody's following. All right, you all be blessed. Enjoy your Sunday. And thank you so much for coming and spending a little time with me. All right, may the best belong to you.